So I'm Jim Strandberg. This is my son, Finnley Strandberg.
Hello, and this is our 1961 CJ5 Willys Jeep.
This is a Kaiser Willys Jeep because of the date of it. We picked this up from a friend of ours who collects a lot of older Jeeps and heard that my son was getting into the old ones, and he wants this to be his first vehicle. So we chose this one to redo. The body was fairly straight. It's what we call Survivor. It wasn't all cancered out and not a lot of rust through it. Floors are solid. There's a couple little spots here and there, but the typical dents you'd see from all the years of being used and sitting around and getting moved around and everything. So we wanted to go ahead and get it painted and pick a paint color that was pretty close to the original. The original was either the peacock blue or the mallard blue. Couldn't find the exact paint code recipe. We found the paint number, but we picked something that was kind of in between, and then I had him help me sand it down and do a little bit of Bondo. We don't want to get crazy because we want this to be a driver, something that if we scratch a tree branch or a rock down the side of it, we're not going to lose sleep. So it's not perfect, but we don't want it perfect. We want to be able to use it. So
yeah, and we did most of the work in around 2 weeks. We did 2 engine swaps with the standard old 4-piston engine. But we sanded it down, we painted it, we did everything, mainly everything in around 2 weeks.
Yeah, the original motor, it had been sitting for about 15 or 16 years since the last time it ran. So that's what we first started, was to pull the pistons out, and I'm teaching him on how to get old motors started back up, and we soaked the cylinders with ATF and everything first, and then spun it over by hand, and then put spark to it and fuel, and it just, the motor went out, and then a friend of mine had one that we can borrow, and so we borrowed that for the meantime, and we'll rebuild the original over this coming winter, and I'll show them all the internal parts of an engine and how to do that correctly. But for now, we have something that is in there and runs and will get us by and do some little stuff around this summer. So we do have a hard top for it, but we really like the soft top options that you have. You can run with the Supertop Classic that we're going to be installing later today. They're a great top because you can have the split doors, you can have just the top window section off or just folded in. You can run just the lowers. The sides are removable, the back's removable, so if you want sun cover just for the top to keep the sun off your head for the most time but still have a window blow through, since these are not air-conditioned vehicles. That's a feature I really like, is you can just basically cover the heads and get a little bit of shade when you're out on the trails with it. So that's why we chose the Super Top, and it should look good. I believe we have the black denim for color, so that's going to give, instead of the solid vinyl cover, looks like a leather, this will have kind of the woven fabric look to it. I've ran these in other vehicles in the past, and I really like the look of it. All right, we just finished up the install of the Super Top on the CJ5. It took a few hours to do. We had to do some adjustments, which is very normal for any Jeep, whether it's new or old. You usually have to do a little bit of adjustment and play, but everything went fairly smooth, and it's all buttoned up. We're really happy with it. Can't wait to get it on the trail, get some good action pictures of it. Keep the weather off everything that we have inside when rainstorms roll in, like it just did a little bit ago. So, you have anything, bud?
Yeah, it's the inside, it's pretty sealed tight, so it would trap the heat and stuff because we got a heater in there. And it would, again, it would keep the rain out. There was no problems installing this top. There's just a bit of adjustments with the body itself because it's not really that straight or anything, but no problems.
This has been a great opportunity, great father-son project. he's gonna love this Jeep for many years to come.